Welcome, everyone, to the Welcome to English podcast. Today's episode is all about food, that delicious and essential part of our lives. Whether you're a foodie or a picky eater, we all have a relationship with food. So get ready to learn some vocabulary and expressions related to everything from the kitchen to the table. So grab a cup of tea and get ready to enjoy some linguistic delights. Let's meet our guests. Our guest is Chef Louis, a culinary genius with a passion for fusion cuisine. Louis is not only a talented chef, but also a language enthusiast who believes that food and language go hand in hand. His style is vibrant and energetic, just like his dishes. Welcome, Chef Louis.
Thank you, James. I'm thrilled to be here and share how food can spice up your English learning journey.
Now that we've met our guest, let's dive right into our topic. How can exploring food enhance your English learning experience? Chef Louis, what role do you think food plays in language acquisition?
Well, James, food is not just about satisfying our physical hunger, it's also a window into different cultures and ways of life. Exploring food allows us to immerse ourselves in new vocabulary, expressions, and even grammar. It's like taking a culinary journey through language.
Absolutely, Louis. Food is a powerful tool for understanding history, traditions, and the evolution of language. Through exploring the origins of foods and their associated terminology, learners can deepen their understanding of English and its cultural context.
Yes, food is a universal language, James. It brings people together and creates connections. By exploring food-related content such as recipes, blogs, and videos, learners can engage with authentic English materials and expand their vocabulary in a meaningful and enjoyable way.
Great ideas, Chef Louis. Let us now delve into the discussion of describing food or ordering food, how a non-English speaker might use descriptive vocabulary.
We can use many adjectives to describe food, like, is your coffee strong or weak? Is your steak juicy or dry? Maybe your dessert is sweet and creamy, or perhaps it's tart and refreshing. Example, wow, this pizza is really cheesy, I love it. For breakfast, you might have toast and eggs or cereal and milk. Lunch could be a sandwich and a salad, or maybe some soup. And for dinner, there are endless possibilities. You could have pasta, chicken, fish, or a vegetarian option like a lentil stew. Example, I usually cook a stir fry for dinner because it's quick and healthy. When we're talking about restaurants, we can ask, do you enjoy eating out? If so, you might go to a casual restaurant for burgers and fries, or a fancy restaurant for a special occasion. You can order an appetizer to start, then your main course, and finally, a delicious dessert. Example, we went to a lovely Italian restaurant last night. I had the lasagna and it was divine. Food is a fantastic way to explore different cultures. Every country has its unique dishes and flavors. Have you ever tried sushi from Japan or tacos from Mexico? Maybe you prefer the hearty flavors of Indian curry or the delicate sweetness of French pastries.
Did you know there are many idioms related to food? Here are a few examples. Feeling under the weather means you're not feeling well. A piece of cake means something is very easy. When the chips are down means when things are difficult. Now let's talk about specific strategies and activities that learners can incorporate into their English learning journey. Chef Louis, what practical tips do you have for our listeners?
One fun activity is to cook a recipe from an English-speaking country. This allows learners to not only practice reading and understanding recipes in English, but also learn about the culture and traditions associated with that dish. It's a holistic approach to language learning. Learners can delve into food history books and documentaries or even visit local museums to learn about the origins and cultural significance of various ingredients and dishes. This knowledge will provide a rich context for their English language learning journey. So food is such a universal language that brings people together. It's fascinating to see how different cultures have their unique culinary traditions and flavors. Exploring food from around the world allows us to broaden our horizons and appreciate the diversity of our global community. Food is not only about nourishment, but also about cultural identity and heritage. Each dish tells a story and carries a piece of history with it. It's amazing how a simple plate of food can transport us to a different time and place. And let's not forget the joy of sharing a meal with loved ones. Food has a way of creating memories and fostering connections. Whether it's a family gathering or a dinner with friends, the act of coming together to enjoy a delicious meal is truly special.
Absolutely, Lewis. Food has the power to nourish not only our bodies, but also our souls. It's a way to celebrate life and create lasting memories. So, listeners, next time you sit down for a meal, take a moment to appreciate the flavors, the stories, and the connections that food brings to your life. What about those who prefer a more interactive approach to learning? Any suggestions for them?
For those who enjoy interactive learning, joining cooking classes or food related workshops conducted in English can be a fantastic way to improve language skills. It allows learners to practice English in a real world setting while honing their culinary abilities.
Thank you for sharing your expertise and insights on how food can enhance English learning. We've learned that food is not just nourishment for the body, but also a gateway to culture, history, and language. Whether it's through cooking recipes, exploring food history, or attending culinary classes, there are countless ways to savor the English language while immersing yourself in the world of food. Before we wrap up, I encourage our listeners to take a moment to reflect on their language learning journey and how they can incorporate food as a tool for further exploration. Whether it's trying out a new recipe, researching the origins of a favorite dish, or engaging in food-related conversations, the possibilities are endless. Now it's your turn. Share your favorite food or a special dish from your culture in the comments below. Let's create a delicious conversation about food from all over the world.